collecting Pokemon cards just isn't fun anymore. Is that how you're feeling? It's understandable. With prices so high in the Pokemon market and sealed product nearly impossible to find if you're not willing to sell your arm and leg, Pokemon can start feeling not fun. It feels like almost like a job with how often you gotta look for listings, how much you gotta try and look for deals. So in this video today, we're going to discuss how to make Pokemon fun again. Now, anytime there's a big market boom like this and supply gets short and it's hard to find product, it's possible to still find product, but you have to put a lot of work in to make it happen. And a lot of us don't have the time for that. Either you're a kid, you don't have time to go out there and do all that, you don't have the means, or you gotta work. You're an adult. You got adult things to do, okay? So, how can we make Pokemon fun again? I'm going to start off with number one. This is probably one of my favorite ways to make it fun when opening packs. Okay, so let's say you did manage to get that booster box, you did manage to get that ETB, and you're opening it up. So, number one tip I can give you is create some kind of challenge while opening packs. This is something the wife and I do all the time. Okay, so me and the wife, we will get a new set in, right? We'll finish up orders, and then once orders are done, we'll take 1, 2, maybe 3 booster boxes max. I never go more than 3 booster boxes. Here lately, with the craziness, we haven't opened anything. We've been opening Japanese, but let's say we do get product, and we are going to open some English. What we'll do, we'll each take half the booster box, right? So she'll take one half, I'll take the other half, and what we'll do is we'll see who gets the better hits. Okay, so we have a little bit of a challenge with it, and that's each pack. So she opens one pack, I open one pack. Whoever gets the better card wins, right? If they're both non-holo, we go off whoever has the highest HP, okay? However, if your card has a weakness to the other one, you lose, right? So now it's a little fun game we do back and forth, okay? And it's always nice to see which booster box is better. So what we'll do is look at which card is the highest rarity. So if I get a holo rare and she gets an illustration rare, she wins. If I get an EX, she gets a full art, she wins, okay? Now, you can do bets and stuff, so maybe you can do something, oh, you have to do the chores, or you get to keep the cards at the end, okay? So that one's a lot of fun. Now, when we did that actually created a new way of us playing that game, and that is master setting, okay? So, nothing is more horrible than you get done opening a booster box. You look at all those wrappers you now got to clean up, and you got a stack of cards this tall, and you're like, I got to binder these now. I don't want to do it. So, what we have found is actually the easiest thing to do, and actually it makes it a lot of fun too, is we get a binder ready, and that first page, right? There's 9 cards in that page, right? So the goal is who can fill up the page the fastest, okay? So whoever gets, for instance, card number 1 in the set wins that round, right? So we'll open packs, we'll just keep opening packs, and when we pull that first card in the set, we'll stick it in the binder. When we pull the second one, we stick that one in, right? And we'll do 1 page at a time. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row. Basically 1 through 9 is acceptable, okay? Now, as we do that, we will separate the typing, right? Because a lot of people don't know, Pokemon sets are split up in typing. For instance, grass cards are always first, right? Followed by fire, I believe, and then water. So if you put them color coordinated as you opening packs, it gets a lot easier to organize them later. So what we'll do is we'll start in order, right? I don't want to say Pokédex order, but the set order. And whoever finishes gets the most in that binder wins, right? And then we'll open the next page, okay? If we finish the booster box and we didn't get very far, then we'll start going through those stacks of cards, okay? Now, one little trick you have to do on that is you do have to know which EXs are in the set, because EXs will be like 1, 2, and then an EX could be 3, and that can be very hard to pull in just like one booster box. So we will skip EXs, and we'll just do that with the normal commons, uncommons, and rares, okay? We're not concerned with getting the reverse hollows or the EXs. As the EXs comes, we'll fill them up. We consider those bonus points. So if you get a EX and it fills into a spot and you finish a page, you automatically earn that page, even if someone else finished up on it, right? So if, let's say I got majority of the grass cards on that first page, I got all 8, but there's 1 EX left, and then as we're opening packs, the wife ends up getting it. Well, she gets that page now, okay? And usually by the time we're done just with 1 or 2 booster boxes, majority of the commons and uncommons are already filled out. So now going through and finishing up that binder is super easy. One, it makes it a lot of fun. Why? Now you're not just opening packs going, rare. I didn't get anything. No EX. No illustration rare, right? This gets you excited just to pull a common card, right? You're sitting there like, man, I need that freaking Weepling Bell. Weepling Bell, yes! And you win. You get that adrenaline going. You get that excitement, heart racing, right? And it makes it fun again. So that's a game that me and the wife like to play. Either you can go off rarity or you can try and finish a master set. And it really makes opening fun. Because of that, I actually don't open packs anymore by myself. Opening packs by myself is kind of a dud, right? You're sitting there like, okay. And that's the next thing. I think that's one reason I hear a lot of complaining about Pokemon, okay? About it not being fun anymore like when they were kids. Pokemon was created to get kids playing together. That's what the game concept was. That's what the trading concept was. The trading card game concept was. The original creator of Pokemon wanted his childhood of like bug collecting because he couldn't really share it with other people. So he was like, hey, I would love to be able to trade and like bug collect with my friends. So that's why in the games you can trade with one another and you can't complete the Pokédex without trading. And then they decided to make the card game, and that's kind of the same idea. Hey, cards, kids trade all the time, and we kind of create that between them. Now we got like social media, online shipping, all that stuff. And I don't feel like people interact as much anymore. And I think that's why a lot of people are feeling, and maybe you yourself, are you opening your products alone? If so, that might be where some of the fun disappears. I know that's happened to me. When I was opening a lot of packs by myself, because I didn't want to bug the wife, this was before I really got her into it, I really felt like all I was doing was looking for the value, right? I was just looking, okay, did I make my money back from this booster box? Could I have just bought the cards and done better? And it really took away the fun from Pokemon. So the number one thing I can say is open packs with other people. And this kind of goes with the first point. You can't do those games. Well, I guess you could. I guess you could do the master set one as you go and kind of play with yourself.
God, please, no!
But I highly recommend playing with people. Even if you buy your stuff online, you can go into a card shop and open up with people there, right? That's like the beautiful thing about a card shop. It's the community aspect. It's doing things not alone, right? You get that hype pull. People get to see your reaction, right? You see their reaction, and it's just funner, okay? More fun. So open packs with others. Now, you may say, well, I don't have the ability to do so. Start a live stream, right? Get on Instagram, throw up a live stream. It don't matter if one person hops onto that stream with you. That is someone who's now opening those packs with you. You can chat with them. You see those little hearts ding up. I'm not a live streamer. I don't like live streaming. It drives me nuts. But I open it with the wife instead. So I highly recommend open packs with other people. That's what will make it fun again. And that goes to our next point. Man, I'm kind of going backwards on these points. I should have started with number 3. Value chasing, okay? If all you're concerned about is getting your money back out of what you open, what I mean by that is I think most people do get their money back when they open a booster box, but not in the way they think, okay? So, for instance, how long does it take to open a booster box? If you just rip through it, maybe 15 minutes. If you take your time, 35, 40 minutes. Okay. How much money do you pay to go to a movie? right? Anywhere from $20, $30, right? If you just go and get a ticket, no snacks, right? Maybe 10, 15, okay? So let's say for entertainment's sake, it costs you on average $20 to do something entertaining for an hour, okay? Well, that booster box, opening it, has a $20 value of fun. The fun cost. Danny Phantom says that a lot, the fun cost, right? I think that's a thing. And then also, you got to price out all the commons, uncommons, rares, reverse holos. And if you did that with all the illustration rares you pull, you probably hit the cost of the booster box more times than you think. But I think what most people do, they just look at the illustration rares, the EXs, and the SARs. And they go, I didn't make my money back, right? I ended up, booster box cost me $110. I only opened $54 worth of cards. But if you take that $54, add that $20, now you're at $70. I bet you could probably manage $20 to $30 on those commons, uncommons, rares, and uncommons if you're able to split those up and sell, right? Now, I'm not saying sell them. I'm saying if you took the time to go online and buy each card individually, it would probably cost you more money, okay? And then that's another thing you gotta think about when opening packs like that. You kind of get a time-saving cost, right? I did this with, what set was it? It was a recent set. Maybe Journey Together? I didn't open any Journey Together because things were going crazy, supply was low. I just bought all the cards I needed. The amount of time it took me to buy all the commons, uncommons, to sit there and click everything, 10 times, 20 times longer than if I just opened the packs themselves. And that's not including once they get to me in the mail, because what you gotta do, you gotta keep track of all the cards coming to you in the mail, right? You gotta check off the ones that came, you gotta open it up, throw the trash away. So it takes a ridiculous amount of time to do all that. So the amount of time you save by opening the packs, and you already getting the commons and uncommons, which you'll pretty much get them all in one booster box. So that's a time-saving cost. That is invaluable in my opinion, okay? But if you want to throw a value on it, what do you make per hour at your job? Okay? There's your cost, right? So that saving time costs can be added in. So to buy all the cards separately, it wasn't cheaper in my mind. It was actually cheaper to open stuff. So I think too many people focus on, did I get my money back from this booster box? And if you just look at the top cards, one, it's never going to happen. Very rarely, you have to be lucky. And at that point, you're just gambling, right? You might as well just go play a roulette wheel, okay? And if you do that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be disappointed. And that's what will make the hobby suck, okay? Yes, you'll get a dopamine rush if you do manage to pull that big card. But in the very next booster box, you're right back to, oh, this is horrible, okay? So, stop looking to get your money back from sealed product. If you're solely concerned with value, just buy the cards, okay? I think it's worth opening sealed product, like booster boxes, but that can really kill the fun for you. So let's back up and recap here. So stop value hunting, okay? Start interacting with others with Pokemon, okay? Open packs, live stream it with friends. Hey, if you buy from us, send us photos of what you pull. One, I love seeing it. I got horrible luck. I never pull anything. That's why I open with the wife. She actually gets stuff. But I love seeing the cards you pull. Oh, Bulba, thanks for sending this to me. Look, I got the Destined Rivals Mewtwo. I can't remember who that was. If you're watching this video, comment. I got a Instagram message from someone who opened some packs from us. They got the Mewtwo alt art from Destined Rivals, and they're like, man, it looks good. I'm gonna send it in the grading, and they did the rush order, and they got a PSA 10 on it. Fantastic, right? And they shared that with me. I love seeing it. I got to talk with them about it. They got to interact and feel good. So make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're interacting with others who will enjoy Pokemon too. And thirdly, create games, right? When you're opening packs, you can organize it as you go. You can compete against someone with it. You could also do deck building. That's one we didn't discuss, right? Try and make a deck out of the cards you opened, right? Sometimes me and the wife's done that, where we just like, don't worry about energy cards. Any energy can work. towards a Pokemon. That way, you can have like a crazy deck, right? But you can only use the cards that you pulled out of the packs. Okay, you have to kind of come up with your own deck. If we have build and battle kits, that's a little easier to do. But if you can make one with a themed deck, right, with all grass Pokemon, cool. It's usually pretty hard to do that though, so we usually just count the energy as a regular energy, and you can use it for any Pokemon. So those are my tips to keep Pokemon fun from you. No, for you. I'm not trying to keep fun from you, even though people say I'm sucking all the fun away by selling everything to you too much. I want Pokemon to be fun for you. I want you in this hobby. But most of the time, if something you used to enjoy is no longer fun, it's usually our faults, right? It's usually because we're not diving deep enough to find what it is that made it fun in the past. Because you liked it at one point, and now you don't. What's changed? The hobby didn't change, right? Cards are still cards. The way you play with them, you can still play with them. It's usually something internal that's happened. So I'm just going to leave it there for you guys. I hope some of these tips help you make Pokemon fun for you again. Now, if you have any cool tips I didn't mention that makes it a lot of fun for you, either opening or just collecting, comment down below and share it with everyone else so they can start having fun opening Pokemon cards again too. If you like this channel or you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys here next time at Bubble Cards.